Norman deliberately smashed a $200,000 vase. He did it just to get 2 pieces. He wrapped the edges of the glass with strips of cloth. Then he dabbed it with duct tape to create a pair of improvised sunglasses. Then Norman climbed onto a wooden frame. With a hammer and chisel, he began chiseling the ceiling. 3 days ago, when he came to the mansion to steal art, he accidentally triggered the security system. All the exits were sealed off. The skylight on the roof was Norman's only hope of escape, but he didn't realize there were screws in the concrete. Norman was devastated because there was no food or water in the room. In order to survive, he used a $100,000 sculpture to pry open the freezer, but there was only dog food inside. Then there was the sound of water running outside. The watering system was on. Norman greedily drank from the floor. The problem of food and water was solved for now. He broke the chair and used his dagger to cut a groove in the board. Norman used it as an improvised wrench and tried to use the stick to break the screws, but he failed. The tool snapped with the slightest pressure. Later that night, Norman noticed a janitor cleaning the hallway, so he quickly went to the door and picked up the pan on the floor and banged on it. But the room was soundproof. The woman didn't hear the banging. Norman tried to slip a note of distress through the door but failed. He'd given up on the idea of escaping. He was ready to wait for the return of the owner of the room. When he was bored, he looked out the window through his binoculars until he ran out of food. Norman realized the gravity of the situation as the temperature began to drop. He had to look in the closet for some clothes, but he found a secret door inside.